Oh, we're back on live. We gonna do this again. It's been a minute. Let's see if we can make this sit here. Can it? Will it? Come on, baby. Nah, it ain't gonna make it. So put it back over here. Well, it is 9 o'clock on the dot. It is now 9:01 on the dot. People trying to sell me puppies. Give me a minute. All right. Welcome to another episode of No Capp Reacts. I'm your man Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em. We're gonna do a reaction. Of course, it's not gonna show up on the screen. So before we even get this started, I'm gonna tell you now, there's a high chance that you are going to hear airplanes. I'm literally sitting right off the tarmac of the airport where all the private jets take off. I also have my baby. Can we make this happen? My baby GB with me. So, moves to make. But in the meantime, in between time, so I was watching an episode of a podcast and something came up on there and it resonated with something that I said before, but more so with the conversation that I just had with someone, I want to say a couple nights ago, and it was about cheating, infidelity. So said person had been married for 19 years, and she let her 19-year marriage go due to the fact that her man cheated on her. Her husband cheated on her once. So she has now been single for some time, and unfortunately she can't find a suitable partner. So while she can't find a suitable partner, yeah, I knew that would cover it. She is kind of complaining about it. So she was married for 19 years. In the 19 years, her husband had one run-in with infidelity. In that infidelity, she divorced her husband. She's now been single for almost 10 years. And she was complaining about the dating field and how horrible it was. And she can't find a suitable mate, and men are on her level. And if she would have known what she was getting herself into, she would have stayed with her husband. So I posed the question of, would it have hurt you more to find out that your husband cheated on you once or was taking care of another family? And she said it would hurt me more knowing that he was taking care of another family. And I get, okay. So now in retrospect, which is always 20/20 vision, do you think that you kept your family together or broke your family apart? Because not only through the divorce process, let's just say she is no longer as close with her children as she used to be, as they felt like it's something they could have worked through. So she feels like she did break up her family. And the conversation just kind of went on. So then I asked a very honest and serious question, because what happens is a lot of the times women truly want to say that men are the ones out here, we're out here cheating. And what you guys don't understand is, if one woman walked outside right now and said she wanted to have sex, they're going to line up at her door. If a man walks outside and says, I want to have sex, it's going to be, I need to get to know you first. You got to take me on a couple dates. We got to do this. They're not going to line up at the door. She agreed with that. It was like, okay. So knowing that for you, sex is easy is usually the reason that you say it is so easy for a man to do, because you see life through your own lens and what works for you. What you guys don't realize is what works for you, unfortunately, does not work for men. We are not able to have sex in such manner. Now, if you have a man that you're going for, he's clearly attractive. She says yes. All right. He's earned and created some sort of value for himself that allows other people to want him. She says yes. So I said, so what he has inevitably done is he has created a lifestyle that allows him to have options. Again, she agreed and said yes. I said, if that man was anything less than that, would you have dealt with him? Her response is no. Okay, so let's be real. Let's be honest here. Your entire life, since you became somewhat of a woman, at least walked into some sort of womanhood, what you're telling me is you've always had options, and you could always exercise your options, and no one has ever said anything to you. She's like, yeah, pretty much. And you got to choose the best of the best in that situation. Yeah, pretty much. So you have a man that worked himself into that exact same situation in life, and the moment that he decided to kind of weigh out his options or choose an option one time, you held it against him. And she had to sit back and she had to think about that. In life, it is very hard for a man to cheat. Okay? But let's talk about the men that are pursued more than any. 6 feet tall, in shape, has to make at least 6 figures. Let's be honest with ourselves, ladies. That man has options. That is the majority. That is what the majority of you women are chasing after. Now, the moment that you potentially land this guy, the first thing that you say is he needs to be monogamous to you and you only. And you pretty much want that from day one. Cool. But let's ask this question. Did you earn his monogamy? Did you give him a reason to be monogamous to you and you alone? See, women control access to sex, but men control access to relationships and then marriage. 9 times out of 10, if he chooses the relationship and the marriage, he's also choosing to be monogamous to you. But that doesn't mean that his options disappear. So before I go any further, I'm actually going to play this video and allow you guys to listen to this before we actually weigh in on this situation and really break this down, because this is the society that we currently live in right now when it comes to the conversations about whether or not a man is faithful or whether or not a woman is faithful and what faithful is, and then more so the word that is thrown around so much, which is loyalty. Because I know for sure that the majority of the people screaming loyalty, one, you're not loyal because you don't know what loyalty is. You're loyal as long as it benefits you. I say this all the time, especially when it comes to, you will tell your man, I'm loyal to you, you're loyal to you, loyal to, until you break up. The moment you break up, he ain't shit. You're talking shit about him. If you know he has enemies, you're letting his enemies know everything, the in and outs of all his shit, because it's no longer a benefit to you. As long as it was benefiting you, you were all in. The moment it was no longer benefits, you were gone. And it sucks because loyalty lasts forever. It's not just when it benefits you. But let's listen to this real quick.
That, dude.
It's open communication in your relationship.
That's good, bro.
So I'm saying, like, with the relationships and stuff like that, like guys, like even me, like just the thought of, and I feel like I don't want to say I feel like, but I'm speaking for most men. If the thought of me saying, all right, from this point on, you're the only box I'm about to be in for the rest of my life, I can't. It's not real.
No, I'm gonna say that.
And that's all. But dudes are gonna say that because they're not gonna tell you the truth. He's gonna say, because all right, what are we? All right, you're my girl. I mean,
okay. So that is a factual situation. This is a man speaking. 9 times out of 10, a woman is pushing you. What are we? What are we in a relationship? What is this? You're my man. You're my man. We live in a society where we feel like it's ownership. Like once someone says we're in a relationship, you own me and I own you. Let's give a history lesson. When there's marriage, the woman takes the man's name. The reason for that actually in the day was because of ownership. That's why men don't take a woman's name. Women take a man's name. It is a form of ownership for men. Women have now figured that out, which is a lot of times why you guys don't want to get married. You don't want to, but the thing is, goes back to many posts that I've made. A lot of the times, we're living in a society where it's role reversal. Women want the benefits of a man until they live a man's reality. Our reality is harsh. Right now, I'm fat. And guess what? If you're a woman and you tell me I'm fat, I take that shit on the chin. And I take my ass to the gym and I work out and I lose weight. But let me tell you, you're fat. I'm an asshole. I'm a misogynist. I'm everything other than a man. And that is the difference. We live in reality. And reality hits us very, very hard. And we just have to deal with it. You don't.
Do it, then you realize, oh, why is he cheating on me? That's because he knows he not, because dudes get bored of the same thing. It's not.
That's why we don't do it all the time.
I
agree with what he's saying. Because at the end.
Okay, so he says dudes get bored. I'm going to tell you, for the most part, dudes don't get bored. But at the same time, they kind of do. You know why? Because women do the exact same thing. When it comes to sexuality, you're doing the exact same thing. And as men, we are visual sexual creatures. which is why all men want sex. And I will never say that all men don't want sex. This is actually a learning moment for you guys as women because you don't listen to men. You want to argue with us, which is why a lot of the times I no longer really want to have conversations where it's me and another woman, because 9 out of 10, you're going to argue your point as opposed to listening to have a real conversation, and you're going to tell me how I feel and how other men are. Whereas I'm the man, I confer with other men. We have those actual conversations and we live this life. But you're consistently telling us who and what we are. So let's go back to the point that I was making. In doing this and living this life and pushing this, all right, you come as you are. So let's say you're my girlfriend, right? And as a man, I love beauty. Let's say you are a black woman and I see a Latina. You can't be that. I see a white girl. You can't be that. I see an Asian. You can't be that. She has short hair. You have long hair. And vice versa. There are different things that are out there. And it's not the fact that we're going to have all of it, because again, as a man, we can't just go out and cheat. We have to work for it. We got to pay for dinners. We got to take you on dates. We got to get to know you. We need to know your favorite colors and who your best friend is, and get to know your friends and your families and all these different things before we can ever smash. Whereas for you, all you got to do is say, let's go. That's the difference. Okay? Variety is the spice of life, and one woman could never be a variety pack. You're only going to be one woman. If you listen to the women that are on here, they agree, and they agree for a reason, because it's factual. And that's the thing. Until you actually sit back and actually listen to what a man has to say, you're never truly going to understand how to make your relationships better. The advice and the things that I speak on are not derogatory. It is how we need to work together. Men and women are opposite, but the opposites that we have are what make us fit together. We need to get off of the bullshit. We need to stop trying to dictate what relationships should be and live in the space of what a relationship should be. You are supposed to be femininity at its best, and I am supposed to be masculinity at my best. Nothing else matters. We are yin and yang, but unfortunately, there are so many devices and division, so much division between us that we can never get there, because it's based off of height, money, status, and all kind of BS that has nothing to do with each other. And there are far too many women today that are in the world that are being more masculine than they are feminine, but at the same time saying, I want a husband, but I refuse to settle. You are alone. That is the epitome of settling. To have no one, to have someone and say you refuse to settle, to end up with no one, you have taken the very bottom barrel of what settling is.
It's like going to your favorite restaurant. You see another restaurant, you want to try that little appetizer. You want to taste it out. You might not go there faithfully, but you know where home is. Like, that's one thing I always understand about guys. They're going to always have a taste for different women. That does not, like, I'm going to sound like I'm contradicting, but that does not take away from the love that they have from their main bitch.
I understand all of that.
That is the best thing you said all night.
Wow.
The realest thing you said
Yeah,
all
but
night.
I'm masculine, right?
What I was saying was cheating is when it's happening behind your back, though.
The only reason why it's happening behind
Like,
the back
don't
because the
do it
bitch
behind my
can't
back.
handle it.
Yeah.
A lot of bitches can't
My
handle that
thing
shit
is,
like
why
that.
be
You
in
got
a
niggas that could, you got niggas, like, sorry, you got guys and men that can be straightforward, but like, yeah, I fucked around with her, and that girl's not gonna get offended by that because she's confident and she know what she got and she understand that man. Like, I was raised in a house full of men. I'm the only girl, so I understand that mindset when it comes to that man. Guys gonna always have their fetish. They're gonna always have like their different tastes. Like, it's always gonna be that different, that girl that doesn't have what they girl have, and like They want to venture out.
Hey,
It doesn't take away from the fact that they don't love their girl, that they don't want to marry her. Like, I know I sound crazy, right? Like,
no, you
I know I sound
Hey,
crazy,
so-
but it doesn't take away from the fact.
Nah, so I heard somebody say, so why be in a relationship? I gotta understand, dudes don't have that access to pussy like that. So he ain't got a bundle of girls coming at him. So he's gonna say, okay, I'm in a relationship because that's consistency, that's consistent pussy. He ain't gotta go out and because the dating market for a guy is tough. So he knows the bullshit.
Women really don't know, bro.
So
he's
gonna lock that down, like, all right, you my girl or whatever. And then now he got that consistent, box coming in. Now it's like, all right, I'm kind of bored, but she's my girl.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna try to do one side.
But when the female starts doing her thing, it's something else though. You're a hoe now.
Yeah, you are.
Not.
It's because you are because you can have sex on command. You can hit up anybody in your phone and say, hey, I want to have some sex. Okay. No press, no problem at all.
Can what you're saying is basically, so you could go cheat as a guy, but a female just gotta sit home, let you cheat, wait for you to come home.
Yes.
Can I answer that?
No.
Can I answer that?
Let her finish. Go ahead. Did you finish your point?
Yeah, go ahead.
No. I wanted you to ask your question. No. Just so we have this correct. You're saying a man can go out, do his thing, and a woman cannot. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Because when, as a woman, when we're in love and we only want one guy, we're submissive creatures. We literally, as a woman, even myself, I can only commit to one man. Mm-hmm. I literally, if I'm in love with you, only one nigga finna get that pussy, and that's that nigga.
Yo.
So if I give that pussy up to another nigga, I'm literally telling him, you not that nigga is. That's like, how do you call it? That's the nature. That's nature. Like, that's literally
what if
nature.
Okay, so as men and women, that is probably about what sums it up best. As a woman, the moment that you have a man, like you are truly with a man and you truly love, deeply in love with your man, it's hard for you to go sleep with another dude. Your man has to fuck up to the 12th degree in order for you to allow another dude, and then that other dude still has to work. He's been in your inbox for over a year. He's been conversing with you. He's been schmoozing you. He's been talking to you. And finally, you are at a point where you are pissed off at your man to the 20th degree. You're now currently vulnerable, and you decide to let that man in. Now, this is twofold, because this is why your man doesn't want you to have male friends. Why? Because your male friend is not a male friend. He's waiting for that moment. Two, we know as men that when you allow yourself to cheat, you are no longer in the relationship. We know for sure we have lost you. And we also know that you have been entertaining this nigga for some time. He is not new. You did not go to the club, meet somebody, and just fuck them. This is someone that you have been entertaining for a while under the guise of a friend. And y'all call us insecure. No, we're not insecure. We know the game because we play it. We are those dudes. Every single man, self-included, has been that man that, okay, baby, yeah, we just friends. Yeah, you got a man. Yeah, I'll meet him. He cool. Yeah, we can go do it. No. Nigga, the moment you fuck up, I'm fucking your girl. I was trying to fuck her before your ass was in the picture. We understand that. Now, as spoken, men, yes, we look at sex like restaurants. We look at sex as the same as when we take a piss. We look at sex the exact same way as when we masturbate. Literally, we are using another woman to masturbate. There is no feeling behind it. With you, there is feeling. With men, there is no feeling. And that's what you guys don't understand. A feeling for a man, cheating for a man, is when he is financially taking care of another woman and or her family. Cheating for you is sex. Why? Because it's easy for you to do. Whereas if it's actually easier for us, in order for us to financially take care of another woman, means we truly have feelings for her. Because we all know the last thing that a man is truly going to do that shows he cares about you is take care of you. Financial security. We call it security. Men are known for security, safety, and our resources. It goes back to the dating aspect. When a woman tells a man, you need to take me on a date. You know why we say, no, I don't? Because one, you're entitled. Two, we truly don't. The dinner that you want to go to that's going to cost anywhere between $200 and $500, we've worked hours. We've gone to work. We've broken our backs. We've stressed ourselves out. We've gone and we've done all of this for you to pay for one night. And you have earned nothing. Nothing. This is the first time we've really spent time with you, and this is what you expect me to do for you, as if we have been together forever and I love you. No, you cannot tell a man to go out and to spend his resources that he has worked his ass off to get. It doesn't work that way. And y'all listen to this dumbass music of motherfuckers talking about buying Birkin bags and all that shit. No, it don't really happen like that, because the same dudes that's talking that shit that actually have money like that are not doing that for the women they're fucking with. They doing that for their girl that is solidified, like they're in place, like that's some shit that's really happening. They not just going out meeting chicks and then taking them buying $60,000 bags. But y'all don't understand that. You don't understand it because you don't live it. Again, men live in a reality-based life. Our life is 100% based on reality. And reality is, for every dime we get, for us to become financially secure, financially satisfied, financially stable, we have to work our ass off to get there. So for a strange-ass female to come into our life and tell us how we need to spend our hard-earned money when you have earned nothing, it's hard for us to come by, which is why it happens. And you call us a broke ass. And guess what? We look at you and we laugh and we walk away because we know what? You are worth nothing.
Told you that's the second best thing you said this whole night. Second best thing you said this whole
Talking
night.
your language. What I want to say
But
is,
she's still negative 1,000.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, so yeah, I mean, yeah, ladies. I mean, the point is that you know, men and women are different. We play by different rules.
It
you know?
is.
Guys play the game on hard mode. So since we play the game on hard mode, we get certain hard mode benefits, and that is being able to fuck as many girls as we want without any type of negative connotation. But with you guys, y'all play the game on easy mode, so therefore you do not get the same hard mode benefits that we do.
And also, if a woman
Simple
really loves a man, she can't fathom being a different man. She just can't do it because
that's weird.
that is her man. Like, she's not gonna cheat.
I don't want no other man, but maybe
that being said, get her some more Cheetos, because I think I changed her a little bit.
I just want to know. I mean, yeah, I do need another shot. No, but I really agree that, because I was messing with a guy during the quarantine. Like, he had his own baby mama and everything. I was fucking in love with this nigga. I didn't care what he had going on.
That's giving savage.
Okay, so she gonna go on a whole nother tangent that has nothing to do with what I'm trying to have this conversation about. Okay, so in whole, just to kind of break this down, what the majority of you run around here and call as cheating, let me start over. Men are natural hunters. It is in our DNA. We hunt. Our prey is women. The tool is sex. Point blank period. The tool is sex. That is what we hunt for. You all scream, all you want is sex. Yes, that is all men want. But if men told you that, if men walked up to you and the moment he met you and said, hey, what's up, I want to fuck, you're going to say no. You might slap him in the face. There's a lot of things that are probably going to happen that are all going to be negative. Why? Because he told you the truth, but you swear you want the truth until you get it, right? You can hold out and do that, which, again, as hunters, if we know that we go to field number 1, that's where all the meat is at. We're going to go there and kill it. Now, if we go to field number 1 and the meat's no longer there, we have nothing to kill, guess what? We change our game. Dating as we know it today has not been changed or ruined by men. We just adapt to the game. Women have far more game than what men do. We just have to adapt to your game, your logic, your rules. Only in Western civilization, for the last 80 to 90 years, maybe, has monogamy become a thing. Only in the United States of America. Biblically speaking, every man that is spoken of in the Bible had a wife and a concubine, or concubines, as in more than one. See, as women, you guys have a biological clock. As men, we have no biological clock. Our job, our God-given job, is to go out and multiply. See, you guys talk shit about the man that has multiple baby mothers. But in all reality, that is about the closest thing to God's actual will than having one woman with multiple children. Whether you like it or not, that is factual. And facts have nothing to do with your feelings. That is the difference. What is factual, real, honest, truth, has nothing to do with your feelings. And the only reason you feel the way you do is because of the society we currently lived in and the way that you were taught. Not saying the way you were taught is incorrect, but the way that you talk is not in line with what your DNA even has you do. Your DNA has you ready to have children in your prime, which is between really 17 and 28. Which means you should be getting married in that time frame. That's no longer happening. When we talk about the current state of dating and where we're at and where we should be and what we're doing and how we're doing, the reason that the world, or what you guys call the dating pool, is so fucked up right now isn't because of men and women. It's because the roles we are currently playing. Men are not being men and women are not being women. We're actually the total opposite. We're the furthest from what we're supposed to be. And for the men that are out here being men, alphas, able to have and be with multiple women, as much as you hate it, you love it. It's amazing how you can go to these parties and you see these millionaires, whether it's a music artist or an actor, and you know you about to share, you about to be fucking this dude with probably 2 or 3 other women back in his room. And you're okay with that. And you would have no problem making him your man, knowing that that's going to be it. But you're okay with that, knowing that you're also going to be taken care of. There goes that safety. There's that security. There's those resources. You're okay with it then. But you can take the average dude, the man that makes about $45,000 to $50,000 a year, and you want him to be the millionaire guy, but he doesn't have the security locked down like that as of yet. So you put different stipulations on him. It's amazing how if he's a millionaire, you'll play this game. But if he's the broke dude, you're going to play this game. Okay? The millionaire, you're willing to do everything for. You know you're going to share him. He offers you safety, security, and all kinds of resources. You know he fucked Becky with the good hair last night, but you riding around in a Lamborghini Urus, so you're cool with it. But if it happens over here and you're playing with Mr. He only makes $45,000, $50,000 a year, that's not supposed to happen. But at the end of the day, guess what? This is what you don't realize. he can't do that anyway. The man making $45,000, $50,000 a year doesn't have women throwing themselves at him. He was lucky to get you, which is why he loves and admires and holds you at such a different level of admiration in his life. And the reason for that is because you were hard to come by. So he cherishes you. He's really, truly put hard work into you, which is why at the end of the day in this dating market, these so-called levels and what I refuse to settle for, everything that you're asking for and everything that you want is in the average man, not in this 6'3" millionaire that is less than 1% of the population of the world who's gonna cheat on you and not do shit for you. That's the difference. The cheating aspect of it. Women are held at a different level of cheating because there are consequences to your cheating. For me as a man, if I were to find out that that child is not mine because you've cheated on me, we all know how my feelings are going to be and what's going to happen. 9 times out of 10, it's going to be very, very hard pressed to not even just want to kill you. When a man finds out a child is not his, that he is taking care of and doing things for, we flip the fuck out. Why? Because that is time, that is money, that is resources. There's so much put into that, only to find out that you are the most disloyal person in the world, while at the same time screaming that you were loyal. That is cheating for a woman. Cheating for a man. A man can go and sleep with someone else and have zero feelings. But if you found out that your man was taking care of a family on the other side of town, that is going to hurt you more than to find out he was sleeping with anyone else. That is cheating for a man. Why? Because sex for you is easy. Sex for a man is not easy. And then for us to have the security, aka money, enough money to not only take care of this home, but take care of this home as well. So you got 2 homes that you're taking care of and 2 families. When you thought you were the main one, this one is gonna hurt you 10 times more than finding out that he basically masturbated with another woman. Because this is what's crazy. You will sit here and get pissed off at a dude if he sleeps with another woman, but you don't care if he's at home masturbating, which is the exact same thing. It is the exact same thing as him being at home, laying in bed, watching Pornhub, thinking about another woman, getting himself off, as opposed to going to Becky. The exact same thing. Why? It is easier for you to have sex than it is for him. But it is not easy for him to have feelings and take care of another family. Those are the differences in cheating. Those are the 2 different ways that we show loyalty to each other. If you cheat on me, I know for sure you have been entertaining this dude. That is being disloyal. If I take care of another family, that is the ultimate version of me being disloyal to you. It is in your DNA as a woman to be sexually faithful to your partner. When you get a man, you give yourself to your man 100%. Looking at another man is not optional. That is not the way men were built. You are emotional. We are strategic. In strategy, in having the thought process that we have, it is not in us to be emotional. So when we have sex, there is no emotion tied to that. But if we're taking care of another family, that is emotion. If you don't truly understand what an emotional tie is, then you're never going to understand what cheating is. A lot of the times you guys are breaking up your families, breaking up your happiness over a one-time masturbation session, honestly. And this is the craziest part, and women hate hearing this, but women outnumber men 11-1. So if you leave him, it is honestly easier for him to find someone else than what it is for you to find someone else. Because finding another 6 foot or taller man that makes close to 6 figures or 6 figures, and that is going to be somewhat faithful to you, is a needle in a haystack. All of that and 100% faithful is just never going to happen. You better settle for 5'8" and below, 45,000 and 0 options. Because once you get to a certain status where you're in that 6-figure range, even for someone such as myself, I'm not quite 6 foot. I'm just barely short of 6 foot. But the 6-figure range bypassed. So when certain things happen in life and you see certain females, honestly, I'm an easy choice. Why? Because a woman will easily overlook, well, we don't really get along that well. We don't do this. But you know your kids are going to be taken care of if you have them. You know that your home is taken care of. You know you don't have to work as hard. Because regardless of all the independent shit that everybody talks, at the end of the day, nobody really want to work. You really don't want to work. You would rather have a part-time job than a full-time job because you know what it is to be in a full-time job. There are certain things and certain lifestyles that we all want to live as men and women. And in order to get that, that's why you need this man that offers this lifestyle. You want the lifestyle, but what you don't want So now it's becoming a point where you have to make a decision. Because unfortunately, in this dating market, you're now in your mid to late 30s. And you're realizing that that list of suitable men that you thought were just going to be beating down your door don't even exist. Some of you have no children. And some of you do have children. And it's even worse if you do have children, because 9 times out of 10, you put your life in your kids. Your kids are your everything. But you don't realize your kid's going to leave you. When the kids are gone, you're now in the empty nester phase. Now you're by yourself. Women are emotional, and you get lonely, and it hurts, and it sucks. And that's the difference. Men, we don't have those feelings. And as we get older, when we hit our 30s, we get to 35, especially when we get to 40. So what you guys don't realize is more men get in that 6-figure range in their mid-30s going into their 40s. If you look at all the rich men, they're not young. They're not. So you're literally allowing great men to pass you by because you wanted to wait on him. You see a man with ambition and drive and all these different things, but he was 25. So you didn't want to fuck with him because you wanted to wait for him to come into his own. You're doing it backwards. You should have married him then. Why? Because by the time he's in his 30s, he's now learned the game and he got that bag. So now he has options. Stop playing the game backwards. Trust me. The things that I am saying is literally a gift. I'm giving you man's game. I'm giving you what we go through. I am telling you, I'm giving you our blueprint from beginning to end of who and what men are. And then what you're going to do is you're going to say, oh, I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to settle. I'm not going to settle. Cool. Don't settle. and go buy either some cat food or some dog food, because sooner or later you become the cat or the dog lady. Your 30s turning your 40s, your 40s turning your 50s, your 50s turning your 60s. What you guys need to actually start doing is doing some research and looking at the fact that when you get to your 30s, your chances of getting married are down to 40%. If you get down to your 40s, your chances of getting married are between 15 to 20%. If you get to your 50s, you're in single digit numbers. If you get to your 60s, your 70s, your 80s, you're not getting married. That's like once in a lifetime now. And regardless, today you're like, oh, I don't want to be married. Cool, give it 5 more years. Give it 10 more years. You're going to find out a stark, hard truth. You are genetically set up. It is in your DNA. It is what God gave you. The only gift that we are supposed to share with each other on this earth is marriage. Not money, not cars, not properties. Marriage. We were here to come together to do His will, which is make children, live our best lives together, and then die happy. We've created a lot of bullshit in between there, talking about this is the life we're supposed to live. No. That's not the life we're supposed to live. The only thing we're really here to do is to get with each other, make some damn kids, raise them kids, and then we die. You got to go back to what they're calling divine femininity, divine femininity. As you get in your older age, a lot of you masculine women are going to become far more feminine. And it's only because reality is truly going to hit you. You're going to realize that everything that you have been told is a lie. Everything that they told you about relationships is a lie. Everything they told you about men is a lie. Everything they told you about you as a woman and how you're so empowered is a lie. They are lying to you. They've been lying to you, because if it was that easy and it was that great, love would be right around the corner. You'd be happily married. See, this is what you guys forget. In your divine beauty, because you get in the clubs for free and men buy you drinks and all that, those things fade. In your divine beauty, men are throwing themselves at you strictly for the purpose of sex. See, you as women will go out on dates with men with no purpose whatsoever. You don't really want to date them. You don't really like them. You don't plan on having sex with them. You don't want to marry them. You don't want to have kids. You are wasting his time. You guys will do that in the droves, over and over and over again. Free meals, basically. Ask a man if he has ever done that. No. It's like the equality thing. If we're so equal, pay for dinner. You're not going to do that. There's a lot of things you really... Another jet taking off. Hold on. Actually, that one's landing. There are a lot of things that they are lying to you about. And a lot of you guys are buying into it. But it's also why we are the most single culture that there is right now. There is a reason why women are at an all-time unhappy. And marriage is declining. What you guys don't realize is a lot of them throw the fact that, oh, well, we can freeze our eggs and we can do this. Sperm banks are actually low on sperm. Men are no longer giving. Men are also no longer having as much sex. What's going to happen in the next 10 years from now? It's going to become very apparent that women do need men. Men are speaking up, and you guys are not listening. And I'm not just talking about the Kevin Samuels. There's so many podcasts and everything else out there right now. Men are speaking up, and women are not listening. It is time to start listening. It It's time to get back into being what God created you to be. And that is a woman. And being a woman does not mean you are a slave to a man. You are his peace and you are his happiness. You are the one, the only one. He is the head, you are the neck. You gotta understand, a man is a natural born leader. And stop saying he's gotta be the one. No one ever said go choose the wrong one. But in order for you to find the one, you have to take a chance. Which means taking a chance means every now and then you're going to run into the wrong one. But if you also choose better, stop choosing with your eyes and stop choosing with bank accounts. But that is my 2 cents on cheating. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. I will be posting this one everywhere because this is things that people truly, honestly need to hear. And these are conversations we need to, honestly, if you have a group of girls, y'all need to be sitting around watching this video and you need to have this conversation. And for the men, yeah, I know I'm giving away our jewels. We need to start having more conversations like this with the women that we are entertaining. Because if they understood where you were coming from and you were being honest about where you're coming from and what your intentions are, they might also be a little more inclined to respect you. And you can then give them the choice of whether or not they want to be around or not. So, again, my name is Bailey, aka Mr. Go Get 'em. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch this video with me tonight. And I'm out. Y'all have a good one. It's almost flight time.